Hello there, and welcome to Arcadia Founder. My name is Zach, the founder of Arcadia, and today we're going to be talking about Arcadia and human nature, a journey into a system built not to control humanity, but to understand it. Today we'll explore what happens when an entire nation is designed around what humans actually need, physically, emotionally, and psychologically. This isn't science fiction, it's constitutional design grounded in psychological truth. Most modern governments today are reactionary. They create policies in response to crises. They legislate from a place of fear, of loss, conflict, rebellion. But what if a system was built proactively, starting not with control, but with understanding? What if we began with human nature itself? I asked, what makes a person thrive, not just survive? And how can we encode that into governance? This isn't idealism. It's design thinking applied to civilization itself. Enter Maslow. In 1943, Abraham Maslow proposed that humans strive in a predictable pattern, from foundational to transcendent. First, physiological needs: food, water, rest. Next, safety, security, health, stability. Then, love and belonging, connection, community. Above that, esteem, respect, recognition, dignity. And finally, self actualization, the ability to create, explore, and express. Maslow's model isn't perfect, but it's proven shockingly durable across psychology, business, and education. Arcadia doesn't just reference Maslow, it builds from it. Arcadia maps Maslow into constitutional law. Physiological and safety needs, guaranteed through the resource economy. That means universal access to food, housing, healthcare, and water, free at point of need. Belonging and esteem, baked into CivicNet, job classification dignity, and participatory governance. You're not just allowed to belong, you're invited to lead. Self actualization, funded through civic scholarships, artistic grants, research stipends, and mandate authorship, as well as the currency economy itself, where you can go through normal capitalistic means to fund and apply those funds to yourself and what you choose to do with your funds and your wealth. Arcadia assumes that people want to contribute if they are stable and respected. This is also proven and backed up by real world evidence. So it builds that path by default. Let's be blunt. No current country fulfills all levels of Maslow's hierarchy at a structural level. The United States, it's great at opportunity, but survival is market driven. Miss a paycheck? Risk eviction, debt, or worse. China ensures security, but expression and self direction are sacrificed for control. The European Union, it offers decent safety nets, but your ability to shape the system? Limited, bureaucratic, distant. Arcadia is different. It guarantees the bottom so no one falls through. It empowers the middle so community isn't abstract. And it enables the top so citizens are creators, not cogs. This isn't idealism, it's structural realism. So, what does a day in Arcadia look like? You wake up in a home that's guaranteed. You're treated for physical or mental health issues with no financial barrier. Your job is classified, not judged, your dignity intact whether you're a Class B educator or Class F sanitation specialist. And if you want to change the law, you log into CivicNet. You read a proposal. You vote. Or better yet, you yourself write one. You're not being governed, you're participating in governance. Arcadia doesn't ask you to disappear into the system, it invites you to author it. At the heart of Arcadian democracy is the civic mandate. Every 2 years, all citizens can propose, edit, simulate, and vote on binding laws. These mandates are publicly reviewed, modeled through simulations, and voted on through CivicNet. There are three tiers. Tier 1 for local issues. Tier 2 for national programs, Tier 3 for constitutional change. But here's what makes it revolutionary. Every mandate is simplified for clarity, audited for equity, and reviewed for structural feasibility by the civic arbiter. This isn't symbolic participation, it's direct authorship of society's future. And you, yourself, a singular will, can shape it as you wish, so long as your will and your idea is well enough and good enough to be implemented into the system. Most nations fall apart in crisis. Arcadia expects it and builds for it. If systems collapse, the Phoenix Protocol activates. Crisis Guardians can coordinate survival. CivicNet shifts into emergency mode. Restoration tribunals take charge, and if leadership is gone, the Survivor Sovereignty Clause empowers trained citizens to rebuild themselves. This isn't apocalyptic fantasy, it's constitutional continuity. Arcadia doesn't believe in static perfection. It believes in rebirth. It believes in the phoenix, because even the best designed systems must face chaos. The question is, will they survive it? Arcadia answers it. I believe that answer is yes. In Arcadia, laws don't last forever. Every law, classification, and program undergoes a sunset review at least once per decade. Every year, the entire system is tested through equity audits, ensuring that access, opportunity, and outcomes aren't favoring a privileged few. CivicNet enables real-time feedback from citizens. If enough people question a system, it must undergo feasibility review within 18 months. This creates a society that's constantly renewing itself, not out of chaos, but from within its structure. Arcadia evolves by design, not by revolution. Arcadia isn't perfect. Let's be honest, it's digital heavy, and risks digital exclusion if not carefully maintained. Civic fatigue could set in at any time. Participating in policy every 2 years is empowering, but also demanding. Cultural friction is real. Not every society welcomes transparency, decentralization, or participatory lawmaking. And perhaps the biggest issue? It doesn't exist yet. Arcadia is a working prototype, an advanced simulation. But the point isn't to present utopia. It's to ask, what if we started from needs instead of control? Even as a concept, Arcadia challenges every status quo system to do better. Arcadia is a bet, not on power, not on tradition, but on us as people, us as a collective, on the idea that if you trust people, give them security, dignity, and authorship, you don't get chaos. You get community, you get contribution, you get civilization. That's the Arcadian vision. Human nature elevated through structure, not constrained by it. So, I leave you with this. What part of human nature does your system ignore? What's missing from your daily life that shouldn't be? And if you could start over, what would you build? Arcadia doesn't claim to be the answer, but maybe, just maybe, it's the right question. I thank you for your time and presence in this video. Please subscribe, comment, and critique to your heart's content. If you would so like to, explore Arcadia yourself instead of exploring it through the videos, I have made a ChatGPT. That ChatGPT is called Arcadia Explained. You can see the ChatGPT link in the description below. If you'd like to explore yourself through the system instead of just looking at the videos, you can do that instead. And once again, I thank you for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.